All right, so I'm back with another requested reading. This will be for Walker and LEAH Jeffries. I think it's Walker SCOBELL. Okay, my apologies if I'm pronouncing these people's name wrong. Now, I really feel like this reading right here is gonna definitely put me to the test because I've never had a requested reading to do on teenagers. I didn't even realize they were teenagers until I looked for their zodiac sign. And if Google is correct, Walker is a Capricorn and LEAH is a Libra. Okay, if Google is correct. All right, so I'm gonna do my best to deliver this message and try to be calm because y'all know I can kind of, be a little howdy, a little bit. But because these are teenagers, I'm gonna try to be more settled in the delivery. That's what my goal is, because they're teenagers. Like, I just don't know. But I'm gonna get started. These cards have been all pre-shuffled already with these two in mind, and obviously I'm gonna shuffle them again. But here we go, y'all. Here we go. Jeez. Shout out to the person who requested this here. All right, so I'm gonna use the tarot, and I want to check out their energy. All right, and I'm gonna ask for 6 cards, okay, via this deck. And the first card is gonna be Walker's energy. The second card is gonna be Leah's energy, or LEAH energy. And the third card, well, the third question, is gonna be for both of them, both of them. And the next card is gonna be for them together, And the next card is gonna be the distraction for them. All right. So here we go. First card for Walker's energy, please. What is Walker's current energy? What is Walker's current energy, please? Okay, that's him right here. I want to know her current energy. All right. How they see each other. Okay. What draws them together? What draws them together? And what creates distance? All right, y'all, here we go. All right, let's check it out. So this card right here is gonna be Walker's current energy. Cool beans. Well, cool beans, Mr. Walker. Okay. His current energy is the best deck. I said the best deck, the best card in the deck. He's happy. And then look. Don't that look like him? Look, don't that look like him? The little curly hair. Look, don't that look like him? Don't own that thing. All right, so it says the sun reminds us that every day is a new opportunity to shine. Everything is illuminated. Okay. How can you bring more joy and positivity into your life? Okay. Vitality, positivity, joy and success. Okay. Number 19 could be significant here. All right. So that's how he feels right now. His energy is good. It's like the best card on the deck. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with it. So now we have to see if LEAH energy matches his. Okay. Aww. It says it's the Four of Wands here, y'all. This is so cute. It's the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands talks about celebrate your accomplishments and share your joy with others. How can you celebrate and share your success with those around you? Harmony, celebration, homecoming, community, and stability. They both, even though neither one of them sun sign is fire, these are both fire signs, and they're good cards. They're wonderful cards. So these two are happy. Their energy is happy. Like, they're happy to be around each other. You got success here, and it talks about celebration and joy, harmony. She got success right here with share your success with others around you, and he has success down here. Okay, so they both seems to be very happy. That's their energy. Okay, so far so good, right? Right. Now, let's see how they see each other. Okay, how they see each other. Whew. Here we go. Interesting. Interesting. That is interesting. We got the Hangman. Okay. And it says, so this is another major arcana. And it says, sometimes the only way to gain perspective is to pause and see the world, surrender to what is. What sacrifices are you willing to make for the higher purpose? Surrender, let go, suspense, and new perspectives. I'm sorry. This is how one of them see each other, okay? Because I asked for two cards. Could be both of their energies, but it's like being able to look at a situation for the higher purpose. What we're talking about is their relationship. So it feels like to me, they're gonna do whatever it is they made. Damn, 911 was on the clock. They're gonna do whatever it is they feel that they need to do, okay? For the higher purpose. The higher purpose would be the relationship overall, you know, being able to look at it from his point of view, being able to look at it from her point of view, okay? Something to that extent, okay? Looking at this relationship from a different perspective. Now, how do they see each other? Another card. Oh my God, listen. What risk are you willing to take? Oh, I'm sorry, it's the Fool card. This is a beginning, a new beginning. Well, I don't know if it's a new beginning because I don't know how long they've been together, but it's like, you know how when you first get in a relationship, it's like you do look at things from a different perspective because, I don't know if this is their first relationship. I don't know. But what I do know is whenever you're in a relationship, everything starts off wonderful. Wonderful. It's a new phase, it's a new opportunity. It could be risque, but you know what? We going for it. We doing what so it's like they both they mirror each other in a beautiful type of way. To me, that's how it's coming off to me. All right. Um he, like I said, he is a Capricorn, and whenever I think about Capricorn, I think about obviously money, but I also think about grounding as well. And she is a Libra, and whenever I think about Libra, I always think about balance and justice. Okay, I'm pretty sure everybody does. Um, so if I had to say anything, I would say this is her coming through, her energy coming through as the Fool card when it says, like, how do they see each other? She sees him as it's a new opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. Him, how he sees her, from a different perspective. You know, he's looking at the higher purpose, of the relationship. So I think that's pretty cool. And the crazy thing about this is for them to be teenagers, you got adults who energy don't come in through like this, but at the same time, adults have been through more things. So they're a little bit more guarded than these two, obviously, you know. So so far so good. All right. So the next card is, I want to know what draws them together. Okay. How does all of this come together? What makes them feel this way and be in this energy over here? Oh, listen. It says practice makes perfect. Okay. Um, Hard work always pays off. The Eight of Pentacles. Now, ain't that some stuff? Ain't that some stuff that at this age, these two would know that? I feel like this is his energy coming through only because um, he's a earth sign. That's the only reason why. It could be both of them. We're talking about a relationship, hard work, skills, developments. You know what I'm saying? What areas do I need to focus on to reach my goals? Their goal right now is more than likely their business, what they do, their career, whatever, and their relationship. Okay? They're working on this. And it's almost like they understand that it may not be easy, probably because of what they may have seen, in their surroundings. I don't know. But the mind frame is beautiful right now for these two. All right. Now here go the last card. What creates distance, though? What creates distance? Let's slow that up a little bit. What creates distance? So this is the last card here. Interesting. We have the Page of Pentacles. What creates distance? The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. What type of shit? I'm sorry. I'm getting excited because with this page coming out, because they are teenagers, you know, whenever the page come out for me, it's always about children, teenagers, or a new beginning. What we're talking about is what creates distance for them. And it says the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. What did I just say? What did I just say? Working on it, working on it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want distance. They don't want distance. It's like if we work on situations right now, you know what I'm saying? The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. This is so prepared. You know, this energy right here. And then this card that came out. It says, how can I stay grounded and focus on pursuing my goals? That's exactly what I said with this guy. I feel like he's the one who's the grounded one. She's the one who balances everything out when it comes to this relationship. He stayed grounded. It's like as long as he stay grounded, she'll be balanced. If he's not grounded, she's not going to be balanced. Okay? It's a team. Any relationship is a partnership. It's crazy because back in the day when I was younger, I used to be like, 50-50, you know. But as I became older, I got to thinking like, hell no. Because if he only giving 50%, who getting that other 50? And if I'm only putting in 50%, who getting that other 50? You know what I'm saying? And when I got older, I'm like, hell no. I want a motherfucker who gonna be in 100%. You give 100, I give 100. Fuck that 50. Nope, 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 nope. I want it all. I want the whole shebang, okay? So I feel like these two right here, they know what they want. And it's almost like they understand what they up against. I didn't know what the hell I was up against at that age. But it's amazing that these two seem to know. Like, it's crazy. And it could be the industry that could have a lot to do with it. You know, why they moving like they moving. I wish I knew. Well, I know somebody will tell me if I ask. When did they become a couple? Somebody in the comments, let me know when they started this. Because so far, so good. Okay? Opportunities, learning, focus, and practicality. Okay? If they don't have this, this is what's going to put a distance in between them. All right? Alrighty. So, I want to use these cards right here. This is the House of Night cards right here. The Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle cards right here. And I want to ask for 4 cards, all right? This is going to be their relationship dynamics, okay? So I want to know about the emotional connection. I want to know about trust and communication. I also want to know about their fears and their insecurities, as well as what their souls are learning through each other. So that's going to be 4 cards. These are the cards that I always use when I'm doing the shadow aspect of a relationship. We all have shadows that we need to work on as individuals, okay? So we're finna see their shadows as a couple, okay? So here we go. Remember, the first card is going to be the emotional connection for these two. The emotional connection. 1 card, please, regarding the emotional connection. Emotional connection here. Trust and communication is next. That might be a doozy. No, I'm just kidding. What are they shadows and their fears and their insecurities, please? Last card, y'all. What their souls are learning through each other. Now, I really wanted to pull the last card right here, but I'm not gonna do it. We just gonna go ahead and go here. All right, forget about it. So, their emotional connection when it comes to the relationship dynamics, this card will tell us their emotional connection here. Oh, yeah. And that's why I wanted to start with this card instead, because I already knew. Well, I didn't know, but I just felt it. Because I be liking to get to the bottom of stuff. Like my brain moves quicker than the cards or something like that. But I already knew this was going to come out. That's why I'm like, I want to go here. I want to know what's the lesson behind this. What's the soul lesson? Because I just knew this was finna, well, I don't know. Well, here we go. Their emotional connection is number 34, and it talks about trapped. Okay. This is the emotional connection. So let's go here to the trusty book. And the trusty book talks about here. It says, my dear sweet child, do you feel as if you are trapped in your life right now? Okay. So the emotional connection, okay, for these two. Do you sense that you cannot do what you really want to do because others have expectations of you that you may not be able to fulfill? Let me tell you about it. That's why all of this came out. You know, this is all daylight. You see, this is all daylight. This is all good. But when you're alone in your thoughts and night falls, how do you really feel? That's when you have time to think about this, that, and how they feel. The emotional connection is what you really want to do because, hold on, it says, do you sense that you cannot do what you really want to do because others have expectations of you that you may not be able to fulfill? So this is their emotional connection. We know that people have high expectations of us. We know this. But more than likely, because of how things are sometimes for other people, we may not be able to feel that expectation, whatever that expectation may be. But this is where the, well, it's not an issue because we all have to learn. When you're in a relationship, it can't be about what others expect of you because others ain't got nothing to do with your relationship. You know, everybody's going to put their 2 cents in. But that shouldn't really matter because they're not in a relationship. You're not with them. This means family. This means friends. This means business partners, associates, whatever the case may be. And sometimes even children. This is your relationship. This is your situation. What expectations do you have? It should be what you feel like you can fulfill in this relationship, not what nobody else thinks. Okay? And my light just dimmed a little bit on the thingy. And I know the battery is charged up, so that's crazy. It's just charging right now. But anyway, do you feel as if you will never get what you want or go where you want to go? Have patience, for truly you are in a temporary prison that exists in your mind. Your circumstances, no matter what they are, will change and you will be free to experience the life you wish to lead in. These times, dreaming is the best antidote. And of course, patience. Consider the story of the half raven boy trapped in conflict until he finally followed his heart. Trust in me, for I will show you when the cage door opens. I will show you when the cage door opens so you can fly free. Okay? The trap here really is just because they are who they are. They may feel like I'm in this circle and everybody's watching, everybody's looking, everybody got something to say. But it's like that whether you're famous or non-famous. It's like that for everybody. But if we could just focus on what it is that we want and what we need out of the relationship. Talk to your partner. Don't talk to nobody else about what's going on in your relationship. That's the worst thing you can do. It's the truth. That's the worst thing you can do is talk to somebody else that's not professionally able to guide you in the right direction. Talking to your family, your friends, no, because their opinions is only going to come from their situation. So they're going to be putting their values, their situations, their past advice on you, but that may not apply. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. But the main person you need to be talking to about your relationship is the person that you're in the relationship with. I don't care if they make you mad, da 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 da. Talk to them about it. If you feel like you can't talk to them about it, go write it down in a journal. Go do something. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to rant. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. So, that's what their emotional connection is right here. Okay? Feeling trapped. So then, what's the next thing? Where does the trust and the communication land at then? This right here is the trust and the communication card. Whoa. Whoa. Here we go. For sure. For sure. All right. So, and that's crazy because I kind of just talked about that. I literally just talked about that before I pulled this card over. Trust and communication. How come we get the chaos card? More than likely because you done put all your trust and communication in somebody who has nothing to do with the relationship when you should have put it inside the relationship between you two. Okay? So why did I land on numbers? See, that's that dyslexis, that number dyslexia shit that I be having. Why I put it on number 6. Like this was the page. And no, it's not. Keep turning, girl. Keep turning. It's crazy. Like I literally have like, it's a word for it. It's not. It's like dyslexia, but it's for like numbers. Don't tell nobody. Shh. All right. So it says chaos. A storm is brewing. Okay, a storm is brewing. Proper pronunciation. A storm is brewing. Shit. And misunderstandings are all too common as chaos swirls around your life right now. Trust and communication. We're talking about their relationship and their dynamics. Trust and communication. When there is no trust, when there's lack of communication, it's hard to trust a situation. And that's where the chaos comes in at. My child, you have nothing to fear. I am here to remind you that after a storm, the air is clear and life will begin again, even better than before. The silly thing is, if you refuse to take shelter, you will get soaked, and you may have repaired a lot of damage. If you created the chaos, you will have to clean it up. But if others are the cause, you must step out of it and wait out the storm. You see what I'm saying? If others are the cause, you must step out and, wait for the storm to clear. Wait for the storm to clear, because had you not put people in your business in the first place and talked to the person at hand that the situation was you was having in the first place, things may not be so bad. Every relationship is going to have issues, every single one. But the problem is always lack of communication. If you can't talk to nobody, how the hell is you going to be able to trust them? Make that make sense. You will be glad you did. A good thing to say to yourself is no drama. Exactly. No drama. As simple as that may sound, it still is so hard until you become an older person. When you done knocked that damn head a couple times, you feel me? You know? But to be 16 again, God knows I would do a whole lot of shit different. For real. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what their fears is then. Aww. This is number 28, y'all. And number 28 talks about reminders. And I'm laughing because I know what this card finna say. And it's just because what I had just said when I was like, knock that head, knock that head, knock that head. Listen, this card funny to me. Number 28, and it says reminder. And it says, my child, sometimes I need to remind you of a lesson you may have already learned. Now we're talking about their shadows and their fears and their insecurities, you feel me? When I provide you with a familiar situation, will you follow the same path blindly, right? Or choose another direction? When you draw the symbol of reminder, you are being asked to remember all you have learned about life and love up until now. Don't forget what you know already, as it isn't necessary to learn the same thing twice. Then again, how else do you learn? Keep the faith and be good to yourself. You can always start over again. If you make a mistake, if you stumble, I will surely catch you. Remember what you know. See what I'm saying? And when it comes to the shadows, the fears, and the insecurities, because they are such a young couple, and it's like, remember what you know. And what you know is your surroundings. Whatever you done been surrounded, if it's relationships with people, mama, daddy, I don't know, relationships with other people that's around you in the industry, whatever the case may be. If you haven't been in a situation to live it, what do you say? Let me see if I can say it right. Shout out to Damo. Damo said, a smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from others' mistakes. Shout out to Damo. Love you, baby. Exactly. Okay. A smart man, okay, I learned, but isn't it so much wiser to learn from other people's mistakes? Straight facts. Straight facts. Yeah. I do not have to smoke crack to know that it is not good for you. I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry for lack of a better thing to say, but it just don't be good. The outcome just don't be good. You feel me? So that's that. What Whitney Houston say. I'm so sorry, Whitney. I apologize for that. Anyway, it's just that industry energy coming out. You feel me? That Hollywood shit, you know. Well then, last card, y'all. What their souls are learning through each other. Okay? This is what this card is going to tell us. And this is the card that I want to flip over because I already knew this was coming. Yeah. But I was so eager to turn this one over. So here we go, y'all. What they souls are learning from each other. And see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I wanted to get to this card so bad, but they was like, no, Shay, do it right, Shay. So I was like, fine. Conclusion. That's what this is. This is the last card. Conclusion. What their souls are learning through each other. For every story, there is a beginning. For every story, there is an end. You determine how your story begins as well as how it ends. Nobody can determine your story. Only you can do that because you're the star. You're the star of the story. Always return to you. Something like that. It's a song called You're the Star of the Story. Okay? Only you know how it's going to begin, and only you should know how it's going to end. All right? Conclusion. Number 12 could be significant to these two. All right? So, that's what their souls are learning through each other. So let's go on over to page 12 and see what, not page 12, to 12 and see what it says. Well, shit, I said page 12. So what's the number for page 12 up under here? It's number 50. Wow. Wow. Let's read it. This is the time of endings and new beginnings. Drawing this symbol indicates that you have come to the end of some experience in your life and you are about to enter a new one. It says, don't resist the conclusion, for endings are important experiences and will help you build a strong foundation for your next adventure. This is also a warning to get all the facts before you draw a conclusion about someone. You can't know the whole story if you haven't read the end. Remain open even when the ending is final or conclusions is correct, okay? This is a sign that a new story is about to unfold. That's why they wouldn't let me turn this card over first. Because a book, you have to read it from the beginning until the end. You can't just jump in here, this chapter, and hey, because you don't know what happened before you got to that page. You feel me? Damn, I'm 40 minutes in already. Oh, come on, Shay. This is supposed to be an hour-long reading now. Come on now, because I got other focus to do. Who up next? Who's the next reading supposed to be for? Asha Ashlyn and Jude. Yep, that's the next one that I have to do. Someone requested that. So I got to do stuff. All right? 40 minutes is too long for only 2 decks of cards, bro. All right. Let's go here. All right, so I want to use these cards, and this is my favorite deck right here. This is that. Okay, I love this book. I don't mind who you are. Everybody should just have this book. Damn near like the Bible. Okay, like for real. Here we go. I want to use this particular deck because I want to know about their career and their life path influences, okay? So I'm going to ask for 4 cards, right? And the first card is going to be for Walker. And I want to know about his career influence on the relationship. The second card is going to be the same for her. You know, Leah's career influence on the relationship. And then I want to know the shared theme, okay? And then I want to know their paths, okay? Or their interests, okay? Not their interests, their intersect, okay? Here we go. First card. This is going to be for Walker. We're talking about their career and life path influences. What is Walker's career influence on the relationship? What is Walker's career influence on the relationship? What is Leah's career influence on the relationship? Okay. And their shared destiny theme. Their shared destiny theme. Okay. And where their paths intersect. Where their paths intersect. Where does Walker and Leah paths intersect? Here we go. Okie dokie, Smokey. Here we go. Walker's career influence on the relationship is boom. Jesus Christ. Because I already know what this card means. I get it enough to know now. So, man, see, that's where I talk about with that communication, man. We have Gemini, right? And although he is not a Gemini, but she is an air sign. She's a Libra. But this Gemini card right here, it all talks about, well, not all talks about, but it's basically the gossip card right here. This is what I call my gossip card. It talks about cross-pollinate. And it's like, if you put this information out here or something like that in the community, you can't trust everything that everyone says, okay? And that, man, and that could have a lot to do with the influence on their relationship, is listening to others. And I just said that, bro. I just said that. So how I'm feeling right now is that when it comes to her, only because she's an air sign. That's the only. This is my only basis because I don't know much about them. I don't know nothing outside of their zodiac sign. You know, and that they're a cute little couple. Cute little couple. Um. Yeah. Let's just read it. Let's just read it. So it says, and this could have something to do with because this is Gemini. Something, this could have anything to do with Gemini season. You know, May, June, something around there. All right. So here we go. Do what he say. Words are at the heart of the issue you are facing, and not just any words, but real dialogue. If you feel tension in the situation, see what is blocking the lines of communication and open that aperture. Listen, listen to the grapevine and cross pollinate. Gathered and shared information, bits of truth may float in on gossip. Explore social media and sound bites and other ways to get the word out. Talk to people as if they are your siblings, true equals. If something is bothering you, find a place to unpack it. Get it on the table and take a good look, and then talk it over in depth with a friend or therapist, or write it in a journal. Didn't I say that shit? I said someone who qualifies. And if you can't find someone who qualifies, write it down. This card right here specifically said bits of truth, gossip. It said all of this because what? You're getting information from people that you feel is your equal or your siblings and things of that nature. Now, they could give you good advice, they could, but at the same time, is that advice gonna apply to you? Good advice don't always apply to your situation. You know what I'm saying? So this could be a influence for this relationship when it comes to their career. Listening to the wrong people, man. It says, trust the process of self-expression to help you get through the roots of the problem. However, assume anything you say will be repeated. That's how rumors start. Everybody, that's how gossip start. Everybody got to put, ain't nobody gonna never tell the story right. They gonna put their little ads on into it. And then whoever they tell it to, they gonna put their little ads on to it. And then they, you know how it goes. Damn. However, assume anything you say will be repeated. Gemini scattered seeds is not concerned with privacy or individuality. They don't get no fuck. Gemini running with this information, and Gemini finna get ready and tell it to the world. I don't give a fuck if you thought you could trust the person that you was giving the information to. No, trust yourself and trust the person that you're in a relationship with. Man. Gemini scattered seeds is not concerned with privacy or individuality, and it is not necessary loyalty. It is not necessarily loyal. You may think your sibling or someone that you feel is your equal is going to be loyal. Friends, family, people that you work with, they're not obligated to be loyal to you, to tell you nothing. They're not. But the person that you're in that relationship owes you that. They owe you that. And you have to be able to Be open to accept the truth no matter how bad it may hurt or feel. Because if a person don't know how you really feel, then you in a relationship living a lie. And see, that has been my, not to put my shit out there, but that has been my problem in the past relationships. I always tell a motherfucker, look, bro, shit ain't right. And you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now what I need from you. So you never have to wonder. I'm an air sign, okay? I'm an Aquarius. So therefore, communication is a motherfucker. I'm finna tell you what it is, bro. So you ain't got to go ask nobody. I'm telling you. Because it's up to you to fix the problem, how I'm feeling. So it ain't like, because I didn't know, Shay. Motherfucker, yes you did, because I told you what the problem was. All right? Trying to make this work. I'm just saying. It's the truth. And a lot of people can't accept that. I'm a strong motherfucker. I need a strong motherfucking man. And a lot of people are intimidated by that. But why be intimidated by a person telling you what it is that they need from the relationship? You feel me? Why is that such a bad thing? Oh, because you can't deliver. You just can fuck. I'm going to need more than that, bro. I'm going to need more than that. Because I'm bringing more than that. Here's the challenge, though. The situation may be more complex than you think. So be willing to dig in. Gemini's energy can be shallow or oversimplified, as it encourage breathe rather than depth. Okay? So you have to add the depth consciously. But here's the gift. Gemini gift is an open mind and a sense of universal siblinghood. We are all in this together. The soul knows how to find itself back to the equilibrium if we just let all parts of communication help the unexpressed feelings, persons, and elements within the community can be heard. That's really all this situation is. If these two were to have an issue, it would only be because of lack of communication. And that's just, I think that's what it is for everybody. It's just lack of communication. You can't be afraid to tell your person what you need in a relationship. You could tell a motherfucker, hey, I need money to pay this bill. Hey, I need you to pick up your shoes. Get them out the way or take the garbage out. That's the normal shit. Still be open to talk about the shit that hits a little deeper. That's a little the depth of it. The depth, the deeper side that no one, everybody wants to stay surface. But no, you got to dig down in there. You know? You got to dig down in there. You can't be afraid to tell somebody what it is that you need in a relationship. Like, come on now. Because how will they ever know if you don't tell them? You may think that, male or female, you may think that you're doing the best. And, okay, that's fine. Look, I'm grabbing my chains and shit. That's fine. But just because you feel like you doing the best in a relationship, that don't mean that's how I feel. We in this together. So you may feel that you're doing the best, but if I'm not feeling that, vice versa, then no, bro, sis, it's not the best. But once again, how do your person know that if you're not being open and talking to them about it? All right. Damn. Let's see what the next card has to say. So, this next card right here is gonna talk about her influence on the relationship. So his influence on the relationship when it comes to career-wise, communication, and listen to everybody else. Let's see what hers say though. Why is this card way over there? And you know what? Duh. Duh. I could almost see this one a mile away, but hey, let's turn over to it because peak game. He got Gemini number 3 is on there. She got confrontation number 53. And that's just what it is. Opposition. Confirm. Yeah, confrontation. I have to make sure I saw it right. So little. Nigga gonna need some glasses in a minute. Goddamn. Confrontation. So why? Her relationship with him, I mean, the career situation for these guys, the influence on this relationship, when it comes to her, it's going to be confrontation. So let's see. 53. What does 53 say? When these two planets oppose each other, here we go. Let's read it. When these two planets collide, boy. This is not a comfortable situation, but that's not the point. You're being challenged. I said challenged. You're being challenged to grow. Look at the situation as a dojo, a material art training center, and take the training. You don't have to trust the wisdom of the people you are wrestling with, but you can trust the pattern itself. In this great cosmic workout, practice your best skills, stay centered, and operate from wisdom and strategy, okay, instead of emotional heat. Listen for hints on how to improve your style. The obstacles in your way are not there to stop you, but push you towards your personal best. This situation may be set up as a what the fuck? Tommy? What the fuck is that? I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. Dichotomy. I don't know, y'all. It's just not a word that I use every day. Sorry. It says, you or them love or work with your ideas versus their idea. It says, question the illusion and look for the third position of the resolution. A both in solution versus either or. If the way forward feels truly blocked, look for another path. Sometimes the oppositions, particularly in transit, say you shall not pass this way, find another route. An opposition dares you to proceed. Decide if the path is worth the struggle. See, man, if it is grow through skills, hold your ground and fight for what you believe in. You are being asked to prove yourself and others that you have the skills you need for the next chapter. Listen, man, this right here, when it comes to her influence on the relationship, when it comes to their career, the confrontation comes in as not being able to agree on which way to go. She may have an idea as to which way she needs to go. He may have an idea as to which way he may need to go. And they may bump heads. That's where the confrontation comes in at. Okay, maybe he may feel like she should do it this way, and she may feel like, no, I want to do it this way. But basically, what this card just says, find a middle ground. Remember, it said ground. Okay, he's gonna have to be able to make sure she stay balanced in order for her to make sure she stay grounded in order for her to stay balanced. And like I said earlier, if that is not right, she ain't gonna make it, bro. She ain't gonna be able to do it. Well, I'm not gonna say she's not gonna be able to do it, but god damn. Mm-mm-mm. Man, the struggle is, it seems like it's gonna be a little struggle. It's crazy because her struggle is different than his struggle. His struggle, this is crazy. His struggle is gonna be listening to others. Her struggle is gonna be him not fully investing in her ideas of what it is that she needs to do for herself. So it's the support. The struggle when it comes to their career and the influence on the relationship is she gonna feel like he's not supporting her and her ideas and her decisions. His struggle is gonna be listening to other people, outside influences. Ain't that some shit? So it's almost like she'll be... Okay, I'm gonna just put it out there. Hypothetically speaking, if this relationship was to end, not saying that it will, but hypothetically speaking, if it was, the majority would be because of the outside influence, okay, and not the inside influence. And ain't that some shit? Because it should be, if it's gonna be something, it should be the inside, regardless, good or bad, whatever. Because then you won't have that, that regret. Well, Sarah broke us up because what Sarah said or what Patrick said. We broke up because he did not see my point of view. I want to do this movie and he said I shouldn't. You see the difference between that? And I took a stand and did the movie anyway. That's why we not together. Bottom line. If it's ever going to be a separation, let it be on you guys' terms, you guys' ground, not nobody else's. When these two planets collide, that's where the confrontation comes in. That's where the influence dynamic's going to come in when it comes to their relationship, when it comes to the careers. Oh, Lord have mercy. Like, for real. Well, then, let's see what the shared destiny theme is. What they share together as a couple. What they share together. Okay, synthesize. Okay, synthesize. Okay, Pisces energy. All right, well, let's just read what they got to say then, because I don't remember what this one say. This symbol of Pisces is two fishes usually swimming in opposite directions. Yup. Swimming in opposite directions. Boy, let me tell you about it. That's their shared destiny theme. Swimming in opposite directions. Well, let's read what it says. Let's see if I can get through this, y'all. Pisces asks us to swim in abundant pool of emotions and be moved to compassion actions. When Pisces thinks of vast, watery landscape with streams meandering over fields through ponds and swamps, where the different elements and diverse species flow together, one sublet, boundaryless and fertile landscape, appreciate all the diverse voices in the situation and take them as tributes river to your river. This complex ecology has so much more to say and is so much more robust than any simple monoculture. The situation you are facing is also a sublet and complex, but this is strength. This moment calls for finer perception, okay? A more sensitive microphone. Be as aware of others people's feelings as you are your own, but knows whose feelings they are. Track carefully what you soak up from others and what is true to your own wellspring. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. This is what this card basically talks about. Know thy feelings, and thy feelings will know thyself. Don't let someone else's feelings mess up what you're trying to move towards. Because you're different, we're all different. We're going in opposite directions. This is what I always say. Not always say, but my last relationship, I told the guy all the fucking time, because I'm the type of person who I know my way work. You feel me? I know my way work. But bro, I don't know if your way work. I just don't know if your way work. But here's the thing. If we both trying to get to the same motherfucking place, what difference does it make if I go this way and you go that way? What makes the difference is what's different is that we both get to the top. I mean, that's not the difference, but the thing that is the same is that we're both trying to get to the top. It don't matter how we get there. We just want to reach the top, buddy. But motherfucker, no, you should do it this way. No. But I also had to learn that that's where the trust comes in at. Trust that your way will get us to the mountain. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just leave that there. Just leave that part right there. You know, sometimes you need to listen to your own fucking gut. Sometimes. But I'm just saying, y'all know the point that I'm trying to get across. You feel me? Listen. It says, learn to honor a twin perception that we are both individuals, cells with our own work to do, and that our cells are embedded in the body of creation. Healthy boundaries help us do our individual work. Spiritual practice can help us shift our perception from the cell mind to our role in the body of one. Okay. Challenges. Pisces permeability can leave you lost in the swamp. Wondering whether your sadness is your own or if it has been sponged up from other surroundings. Empathize with others, but try not to carry everyone else's pain for them and double the burden. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? That's what their shared destiny is. To let your emotions be your emotions, but at the same time, be able to have empathy for the person who has those emotions. But that don't mean carry the burden. That don't mean carry the burden, because they got to do the work. They got to do their own work. You can't carry the burden for nobody else. They got to do that work. They got to figure out why their emotions are the way that you can't do that. But too often we can, well, such and such have went through this in life and such, so I take that into consideration. Bullshit. No, because if I'm being quite frank about it, there may be one person in the relationship that's able to take on that burden, but they ain't able to take on your shit. They won't dump it all on you. Okay? No. Let them do the work. No. Now, here's the gift. Tune into a healthy ecosystem with Pisces sensitive perception. We are all cells in the body of one. Healthy, oh, did I read that already? Healthy individuals contribute to the health of the whole. Did I read that already? Yep, I did. I didn't read it already. Tune into a healthy ecosystem with Pisces sensitivity perception. We all are cells in the body of one. One healthy individual contributes to one health of the whole, to the health of the whole. Okay? So that's the theme. Carry your own burdens. Have empathy to a person's situation, but you can't carry it. They got to unload that off on their own. They can't put that on you. It's not fair. Okay? All right. So, let's get to the very last thing. Where their path intersects. Okay? Here we go. Here we go. Career and life, path influence. Here we go. Where does it intersect at? Where does it enter? Come on, turn it over. Cultivate. I knew it, bro. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it like 75%. I knew it. Number 2, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Here we go. Cultivate. Did I show y'all that? Did I show y'all the Pisces? I don't know. I be having short-term memory. I do. I can say it. It's true. I do. I be forgetting shit like my brain. All right. Here we go. It says, work with the metaphor of guarding, plow the ground, plant the seeds, nurture the crop with water, and fertilize and protect those crops from predation. Okay? It says, grow roots rather than travel. Investigate what concrete from your projections. It says, should take in next practical steps and directions. Appreciate the sense. Notice what you see, smell, hear, feel, and taste. Use the senses to be in the present moment and let time flow by cuddled feet. In a relationship, listen to both signals of the body, chemistry, and practicality of life to give it fertile feel. Cultivate your garden like a slowly growing flower baking in the sun. Wow. Cultivate like a slow growing flower baking in the sun. Remember the very first card that came out for his energy was the Sun card. Find contentment in that moment. Explore the root of a situation. Ask what feeds the ideas, what feeds your soul. If you're feeling pushed about, sit still. Sit, hold still, grow roots, and let the storm pass over. Didn't we talk about chaos and storms and shit over here already? Don't hurry. Play the long game as you plant and tend to your crops. Basically, what I'm getting out of this card right here, when it comes to their paths, where their paths intersect at, okay, is that when you're in a relationship, you have to nurture it. That's basically what this is all saying. Give it the proper things that it needs in order to flourish. That's really all this card is talking about. If it has everything that it needs, it will grow. It will prosper. It will bloom. It will be beautiful if it has everything it needs. Right now, it has everything it needs up here, because this is how we started off. You know what I'm saying? Even though in the back of the energy, in the back of their energy, they feel like, teeter, tartar, tartar, teeter, you feel me? But any relationship can work, not just them. Any relationship can work if you nurture it. That's if you both on the same team. If y'all both on the same team, the work will be put in for the relationship to grow. Um, Unfortunately, most people, I can't say most people because I don't know most people, but just saying, it usually take a while. You get up in age where you finally get settled and you get into a relationship because you done learned from all the past situations that you done been in. You are blessed if you're able to meet that school person, high school sweetheart, and y'all make it to 60, 70. You know, I have met people like that, I used to be a CNA, what I'm saying? I took care of so many different nationalities, so many different people from different countries, different backgrounds. And what I've noticed is that the couples who was sweethearts met in school or college, um, it was a different time then. And they'd be like, "Man, we've been married for like 50 years." I'd be like, "What?" At the time I was married, and I was like, "What? 50 years? I don't even been in my relationship for, and this motherfucker right here got to go." So it was funny to me that, damn, y'all, 50 what? 50 what? And I always ask them, how the hell? How did y'all what? But you have to think, it was a different time then. It wasn't so much pressure. It wasn't so much social media. It wasn't so much bullshit in the air. You feel me? And others will say, well, back in the day, you just stuck together whether they were beating your ass or not. Some, motherfuckers will say that shit too. But these people that I had took care of, they didn't seem like, they were in anything that was abusive. You feel me? They seemed happy, I mean, I was like, y'all blessed. And, it was a lot of them that I ran into like that. And I always asked the one, how does it? And it was crazy because the women would be like, she that's like the females was used to be like that. But then the man would always be like, well, she's a good this and she's a good that. It's like the guys gave a lot of credit to the females. And you know what? You got to respect that, because that let me know that that man knew who his rock was. And that's why they was together for so long. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I viewed that. But that was many, many moons ago, I ain't worked as CNA in God, I don't know how many years, probably like 4 years now. But yeah. Yeah. Well, Falcons, we ain't done yet. The only thing I think done ours over here. We ain't done yet. So now I want to get to the kipper, and I want to use the kipper for these two, and I want to know about the hidden factors or the pressure from the industry when it comes to these two's relationships. So I'm gonna ask for 3 cards, right? And look at the bottom for what? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why that's at the bottom. I don't know if that's because, these are still children in my head, This could also be the beginning of something new, But you notice I haven't looked at the bottom of any other cards. Some said look at the bottom. All right, number 18 could be significant to this couple. All right, here we go. All right. So we're talking about the hidden factors or the pressure of the industry. I'm going to ask for 3 cards, okay? And the first card is going to be the external influences. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about family. We're talking about management. We're talking about contracts, things of that nature. The second card is going to be the public's perception, media energy. And then we're going to talk about what's not being said when it comes to this relationship. Okay, here we go. Wow. We got house. We got house. I split the deck, and we got house, and we got child. All right, I don't know what that's about, Spirit, but I'm gonna keep it moving. Can you please give me 1 card for this couple? Okay, we're talking about Walker and LEAH. Okay, Walker and LEAH. What is the external influence? This card will be the influences that's coming from family, management, or contracts. We're talking about hidden factors and pressure in the industry. The first card, please. All right, y'all. Here's the first card. The next card, the public perception, the media energy. This coming for y'all right now. The media industry. In energy, okay? Last card. What's not being said? What's not being said, Spirit? What's not being said? Here we go. Look at the bottom for what? Oh! Ouch! Yeah. I'm not showing y'all. I'm not showing y'all. I don't want to talk about it right now. Okay, don't give me no shit. Don't give me no shit. All right, so here we go. The external influences, this card right here is going to be like family management or contracts here. Okay. So the external influence is a new, okay. There's going to be a new path, a new opening, okay? But why? Because I do not like what the fuck I saw at the bottom of that deck. If something is finna get ready and change, some type of path is getting ready to open, why would that be at the bottom of the deck, though? There's finna be some change, y'all. Got something to do with family, got something to do with management, it got something to do with contracts. But there's finna be a change. Usually when I see this card, I think about good stuff. You feel me? And had I not looked at the bottom of the card, thank you, Spirit, I would probably still be feeling good. But anyway, let's turn over. Let's see the public perception in the media energy. Yup. All up in the nigga business. All up in the nigga business. We got the community. All up in people business. Well, then what's not being said, man? Mature woman. Here we go. Here we go. Here the fuck we go. I knew it. Here's what it is, y'all, in a nutshell. There's going to be a change in this relationship. This change has something to do with family, management, or contracts, okay? It also has something to do with the public perception and the media's energy. When I always see the community card, that's everybody all up in your business. But it's something about this mature woman. It's something about this mature woman that's gone. This person, whomever this older person is, I don't know their role in this situation. I don't know it. But we're talking about hidden factors in industry pressure. Whoever this older woman is, number 6 could be significant. She is asking for some type of change, a different path, a different direction. But here's the thing. Because of what's at the bottom, it's not going to be good for somebody. And who we talking about? We're talking about Walker. We're talking about LEAH. It's not gonna be good. It's gonna cause some type of something. And the reason why I say that, y'all, is because of what I saw at the bottom of the deck. Despair. Somebody need to tell me who this lady is that has this type of influence on them. On her or on him. I need to know who the mature woman is. Because she's not so fucking mature. Who is this? You know what? You know what? Who is this? Oh! I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Now, y'all know I haven't pulled this card. I mean, y'all know I never looked at the bottom of this deck. I never looked at the bottom of the deck. But this is confirmation right here. This mature woman, I said, who is this? Who is this? I said she's not mature, bro. Sis, I said she's not. Because she finna fuck some shit up, man. And then everybody gonna think it's them who's doing it, and it's not. It's not them. It's this woman. Number 7. I said, who is this woman? Who is this woman? This is what they don't see coming. After all of this, you feel me, y'all? This is the first deck that I started with. Sun card, 4 of Wands, the Hangman, the Fool card, the 8 of Pentacles, the Page. Everything was fucking good. Tell this motherfucker right here. This motherfucker right here finna fuck up everything. Whoever she is, man. And then look at her little punk ass. Look. Remember, y'all, when I picked up Chaos, but I turned to page number 6 instead, and I was telling y'all about my dyslexia, but it's like a number dyslexia. It's a word for it. I think it started with a A. I can't remember. I looked it up years ago when I found out something was quite wrong with me. But she's sitting right up here. This picklehead motherfucker right here. This broad. She's sitting right up under here. This broad finna... Man, please. I cannot, bruh. Must use intelligence to outwit the opponent, but must also be aware of dishonesty and betrayal. What situation or people in my life require me to be more cunning and strategic while also remaining vigilant against deceit, strategy, deception, thief, cunning, and sneakiness? This motherfucker right here, whoever this person is, gonna flip the script. And these two need to be strong enough to realize what is and what isn't. And if they're not, man, if they not, something ain't gonna be right. What's not being said is something about this person who's keeping secrets, who's doing something, and it's gonna cause some type of despair. And let's note that this despair right here, it says not hiring. So this could be some type of career move. This motherfucker gonna fuck up a career move or something to the point where they may miss out on an opportunity. Okay? I just want to pull this card right here just to see what's this. What's this? See y'all. See y'all. Remember I saw child when I picked up the deck in the first place. Remember I seen child, and then I said house. I said I don't know what that house is about, but okay, spirit, I don't know what that's about. It's somebody close to them that they fucking trust that shouldn't be trust, gonna fuck up the game for everybody. Punk picklehead bitch. I'm sorry. I was supposed to control myself during this reading. And I'm trying. But I don't like this shit, bro. I don't like this shit. Because what I know is that when your mind is still young, you could be easily manipulated, especially by someone you feel that trusts and has your best interest. You could be easily manipulated. I don't give a fuck. Nobody owes you loyalty. Nobody. You owe loyalty to yourself, and the person that you're supposed to be in a relationship with owes you loyalty. But that's it. Call it what you want, say what you will. But this motherfucker finna fuck up the bag. I'm telling you. Even if it's a bag to the point where, hey, you can get $1 million for this. But a motherfucker might fuck it up, so you may be offering only half. I don't give a fuck. You still fucking up the bag. Okay? I'm just saying. I don't know. But anyway. Here we go. So I'm finna use the Moonology. And I'm only going to ask for 3 cards. And basically what I want to know is about the near future, the mid future, and the long term. Bottom line, real easy, real simple. So let's go. I'm not looking at the bottom of the deck. I ain't doing that no more. I'm not doing it. No! I'm so stubborn. I am. That's that Taurus moon. I can't help it sometimes. But anyway. So here we go. This is going to be their future timeline right here. What are their future timeline, please, Spirit? When it comes to Walker and Leah, can I get 3 cards, please? I want the first card to be their future. I want the second card to be the mid-future. And I want the last card to be the long-term potential, okay? So the near future is the next, from now to the next 6 months. The mid-future will be the next 6 months until 18 months. That's the mid. And then the long term is 18 plus. Here we go. I'm just going to take it straight from the top, y'all. First 3 cards, Spirit. Near future, mid-future, long-term potential, please, for this couple. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. 1, near future. 2, mid-future. Near future, mid-future, long-term potential. Here we go. Let's see what we got. All right. Near future. A new start is coming. Well, we know that much because I already said that with the path. Okay? We know that much right already. All right? So, a new start is coming. We got that part already. No shit. What about the mid-future, though? Surrender to divine. Ain't no way around it. What's ever finna go down, ain't no way around it. With surrender to the divine, I mean, that's the mid-future. What's the long term? Just told you. What do you need to release? So, that's what we got. So, a new start is coming. That's now, between now and the next 6 months. 6 months to 18 months. That's the mid-future. Surrender to the divine. Okay? Long-term potential. What do you need to release? All right. Did this bitch up here? I'm not just kidding. I don't know. I don't know. So now we almost done, y'all. It's the last cards here, y'all. Let's see. So I want to know about the outcome of the energy for these two. We're talking about the final outcome here. This is the Modern Witch Tarot. So the outcome. Here we go. What is the outcome, please? When it comes to Leah and Walker, what is the outcome? We got the Chariot. That's at the bottom, but this is the outcome energy here. The next card, the advice for them as individuals. The advice for them as individuals. The first card will be for her. The second card will be for him. What is the advice for them as individuals? First card is her. Second card is him. Last card. What is the advice for them as a pair? Uh-oh. Here we go. So, here we go. The outcome energy. Damn. New beginning. You got the Magician creating something new. What is the advice for them as individuals? This is her, remember? The Nine of Wands. Well, let's see what it says. I mean, I know what it says, but let's just see what it says. Wow. Crazy. Here we go. The Nine of Wands talks about you've got your fighting gear ready, your wands all stacked neatly in a wall of defense, backing you up. You're prepared for a good fight. It's time to wrap those knuckles and get dirty. There's a battle ahead, so don't compromise. You have the strength and the courage to stand your ground and defend what you have built. Yeah, it's going to be some type of confrontation, remember? Her energy. But they want her to stand her ground, and that's what she going to do. She going to stand her ground. She going to be prepared for the battle, prepared for what it is that she believe in. All right? What about him? What is he talking about? What is the advice here for him? Wow. This is crazy. He got the Ace of Swords, y'all. And the Ace of Swords says, a rush of clarity and inspiration comes with the beginning of this journey. Listen to this, y'all. We talk, man, the outcome energy. I said something new finna start. with the Magician, this is the energy for both of them. Okay? A rush of clarity and inspiration comes with the beginning of this journey. You may feel as though your thoughts are racing constantly. It says the wheels are turning and you've reached a revelation. This isn't just the beginning of a difficult path, and you'll need all the wits and reasons about you to see it through. A difficult path. This ain't gonna be easy for him. This ain't gonna be easy for him. The Kipper already talked about a situation starting, a path opening up. Okay, but as I always say, as a path open up, you know, you can choose to go right or you can choose to go left, and I don't know, something just ain't gonna be right, and he gonna take it the hardest, which is crazy. Whatever it is, it's gonna hit him the hardest. Her, on the other hand, even though she's the female energy, she's gonna be a little stronger to handle whatever this is. All right, I made it very clear that her first, him second. Okay, I know that she is a Libra, and this is air energy, but he's gonna be the one to take this a little harder. She's prepared for it though. That's the crazy part, which makes me wonder why he wasn't prepared. I don't know. He may be the one who trusts this mature woman who ain't quite right. I don't know, but let's just go here. Then we done, y'all. So what is the advice for them as a pair? Let's turn it over. It's so crazy. It's so crazy that this would come out. What is the advice for them as a pair? Same as it was with this one in the beginning. The Hangman. Okay. Same thing. Is same thing. How they see each other. Remember? Crazy. No, not how they see each other. That was the, was it that? Yeah, I think that was the how they see each other. Oh, I can't fucking remember. Y'all know my memory all fucked. But what I do remember is that the Hangman came out. And what I do know is the advice for them as a pair is the same motherfucking thing. It's the same motherfucking thing. This is the advice. So let's read it. So the advice for them as a pair. That was how they see each other. This Hangman was how they see each other. Sometimes the only way to gain perspective is to pause and see what the world surrounding to what is. Yeah, that was how they seen each other earlier. And their advice is going to be the same thing as a pair. Yup. So let's turn to it. If I can just find it here. Here you go. It says, true peace can only come from within. The hanged one has found their inner zen in what seems like an unusual place. She hangs from the tree of life in a comfy sweater and equal comfy sweatpants. Maybe she seems a little odd hanging upside down and perfectly poised, but she's also calm, and hanged one is just simple, relaxed, at peace. Finally, it's the calm after the storm. Wow, the calm after the storm. You might have just had some tough battles, let me tell you. You might have just had some tough battles. I'm telling you, she gonna be able to handle this better than he is. I can't tell you why. I don't know, maybe because he probably not as grounded, or need to be grounded and he ain't, and she may still be balanced out. She still may be balanced out. He not gonna handle this well. You might have just had some tough battles or obstacles to conquer, but it's time to relax a bit. Meditate, slow down, nurture your body and soul. Ain't that what I had said earlier with they cards down here somewhere with cultivate? Nurture the relationship. Tend to your own garden. Give it the water. Give it the seeds. Give it the sun. Give it the stuff that it needs to flourish. Let me tell you. You might have to sacrifice something in order to reach the state of Zen, but don't worry. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It may even feel like your self-care routine is a little stranger to others, but this process is crucial for you to embrace who you are and free yourself of others' expectations or demands. We talked about others' expectations and demands earlier with the trapped card. Man. But the process is crucial for you to embrace who you are and free yourself from others' expectation. She's gonna know who she is. She's gonna know who she is. He will too, but it's gonna take a whole lot. It's gonna take a whole lot for him to find who he is in this world, in this industry, period, bottom line. Well, that's what I got for these two young couples. I wish them the very best in life overall. All right. As I always say, anybody can ask for a reading. If I see the request, I'll just do it. I do early on. I was saying, listen, man, put the request is where I had asked y'all to put them, but it's all good. If I see the request, I will do it. All right. I ain't got shit else to do. No, just kidding. I'll do it, okay? So, that's what I have, you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you. I'm out.